Folks, my next guest tonight played Michael Stedman on 30-something. Since then, he's been acting and directing TV movies as well as feature films. This Sunday and Monday, he stars in the NBC miniseries Dead by Sunset. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ken Olin.
Thanks.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you. The sheath is a little painful, but...
You're wearing one, too.
You didn't get one?
Everyone has a penis sheath, everyone but me.
No, I know. No. That was for the stunt. They didn't want you to wear one backstage.
No, it's riskier.
Yeah.
All right, well, listen, thanks very much for coming.
Oh, my pleasure.
You know, I got to mention this. I mentioned in the intro 30-something, but when you walk out there, you know, the show is, when you walk out here on the show, I see you, and immediately associate you with the 30-something character, because the show is still... Yeah. In reruns, it's playing constantly. Yeah. In some countries and some parts of the United States. Yeah. But it's just going all the time, and you must get that a lot. You must get people who still just see you and will probably always think of you as that character.
Yeah, it took it's taken a little bit of time to distance myself from it. You know, I for some reason that show, and I think probably the intimate nature of the material, people used to think that we were those characters. You know, and people would come up to me and go, "Oh, your wife is such a bitch." And I said,
really?
No, yeah. But I say, no, Patty, she's great. Patty's, and they'd say, oh, no, Hope. And then it's also weird because whenever Patty and I go anywhere, people had a little bit of trouble figuring out why we were with each other. You know, did they miss that episode?
Right, because your wife, Patricia Wettig, was also on the show.
Yeah, they thought, oh...
But she's married to another character.
Yeah, we missed the swapping thing.
People thought you're a very kinky guy. Yeah.
No, I really wish they had thought I was kinky. After 4 years of playing, like, you know, the most enlightened man on television, that incurs a certain amount of wrath.
Well, why do you say you want to distance yourself from that? I mean, you're playing this, you know, good-looking guy who everybody likes, who's very earnest. What's wrong with saying, yeah, I'm that guy, sure? It's not like you're playing...
I don't know. I'm sorry, it's over.
Yeah, right.
I think it just... I think a lot of men didn't like that. They tended to resent somebody that they felt was presented as being so wonderful all the time.
It upped the ante for the rest of us. Yeah. That's what you're saying. Yeah, you get that from other guys?
I'm every bit that person and more.
Yes.
You know, so I just felt it was limited.
Your bio says you're the most wonderful person in the world.
Yeah, thank you.
But other guys would see you and just want to hit you because they'd say, my wife is saying to me, why can't you be more like Michael Stedman?
Yeah, I think so.
So your life's a living hell, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No, it's all right. And then I went through a period, you know, when I started directing, I decided that I didn't care how much I weighed. So, you know, so when I would be directing, they'd say cut, and I'd eat a donut.
Right.
You know,
so you went through like an Elvis period later on.
More like an Orson Welles period.
An Orson Welles period for you.
It wasn't that bad. It was.
How fat did you get?
I'm probably 25 pounds heavier than I am.
You're being conservative. Let's double that and say you were 50 pounds overweight at one point.
Fine, it's your show.
You were a good 120 pounds overweight at one point in your life, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, they would have had to roll me out here, you know, and then get a forklift to put me in the chair. I remember I was doing an interview for one of the movies I directed, and some guy was behind the video camera, and he looks out and he says, hey, didn't you used to be Michael Stedman? And I said, yeah. He goes, man, you got to hit the exercise bike. You know, so at which point I began to hit the exercise bike.
All right, well, in this new movie, actually, that you've done, Death by Sunset, this is actually a different character for you, right? Actually, I think we have a clip here.
Yeah, it's very different. It's based on a true story. It was a murder in Portland, and an upstanding citizen. For all intents and purposes, he appeared to be a devoted husband, responsible father, and then he bludgeoned his fourth wife to death. So, you know.
You say that in such a cheery way.
Yeah, it's like Michael on acid, you know?
Your 30-something character, only he bludgeons people to death. Just a slight twist.
You know,
just one.
Yeah,
all right.
Wife, bam.
All right, well, let's take a look. We have a clip here from the movie. Do we need to know anything, or is this...
This is, I think, my wife, played by Annette O'Toole, has discovered that she has a venereal disease, and she's mad.
What a...
Real mad.
What a happy clip.
Real mad.
All right, well, everyone put on your happy hat. And let's watch this clip from Death by Sunset.
This isn't the first time, is it? You've been doing this for years, haven't you? How many, Brad? Do you even know? Tell me how many.
Legion. And they all looked, tasted, and smelled better than you ever did.
You betrayed me for the last time. I want you out of here. And don't ever come back. And stay away from the children.
You cannot have my boys. They're mine. You remember that? Mine.
Wow.
Yeah. Hence the
Wow.
penis sheath.
I don't like you anymore. In one clip, I hate you now.
Yeah.
You've really distanced yourself, like in 30 seconds. No one's going to like you anymore. That was incredible.
Thank you.
Was that fun to do, to just be someone so completely different? I mean,
well,
what are you tapping into there? That's a bigger question.
Yeah, Patty saw about 5 minutes when I was looping with, this is more like you than any character I've ever seen. Not, you know, yeah,
God, great.
She didn't see that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, it's to play that many dynamics is exciting. And
Yeah.
then after a few weeks, it gets tiring.
Right.
And then it gets disturbing, you know, but...
I've gone far enough with this interview. I don't want to know anymore.
Does this mean
This
I
feels
can't come back?
This feels like a 60 Minutes interview now. All right, well, no, but this is really a chance for you to do something different. It's very cool.
Yeah, I liked it. It was very challenging. It's a disturbing story.
Yeah.
The guy was then brought to a civil trial, which is odd, and then he was convicted in a criminal court. Subsequently, he's in prison in Oregon, and I've heard that you're like his favorite television host. I mean, he loves you. You know, so.
I do very well with murders and killers, and
Good.
we just do. We're huge in prison,
Right,
Andy
no,
and
well,
I.
they're up now.
This is a
what
huge.
else to do? That's, you know.
This is one of the biggest prison shows going. We're very proud of that. Yeah. All right. Well, the show is Dead by Sunset. It's this Sunday and Monday on NBC. Ken, it was really nice meeting you.
Great,
Thanks for coming,
nice
and best
to
of
meet
luck
you.
with the show.
Okay, thanks very
Ken
much.
Olin, everybody. We're gonna take a break, and soon Primus will be here. So stick around. We'll see you in a second. Okay, everyone, that's our show of the night. I do want to thank my guest, Ken Olin. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Best of luck with everything. Really nice to meet you.
Thank you.
I also want to thank Libor Karras for being here. Very cool. And a lot of people were hurt. And my thanks to Primus for performing. Andy Richter, the Max Weinberg 7. Stay tuned for Later with Greg Kinnear. Greg's guest tonight is Jonathan Silverman. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.